Welcome to About Mansfield, your audio newspaper. I'm Steve Casillo, broadcasting from the Somark Studios, along with the About Mansfield news team. Colleen Daniels, she's out there in Studio West. This is the December 11th, 2024, 251st edition. Coming up today, it's Mansfield news, talk, and information.
And a little later in the episode, you will have a chance to win a $25 gift card to a Mansfield restaurant of your choice with our Mansfield Trivia Question, courtesy of Joe Jenkins Insurance.
Let's take a look at the stories we're covering this week.
Hometown Holidays is one for the record books.
We talk big money in a moment with the mayor.
City breaks ground on Geyer Commons.
St. John Lutheran gears up for its 8th annual drive-through Nativity.
Mansfield police officers sport a new look. Methodist Mansfield hospital volunteer receives prestigious recognition.
In sports, it's hoops, hoops, and more hoops.
And in the talk segment, Steve concludes his in-studio interview with Real Mansfield Foodie, Ron McCranie. We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. This is About Mansfield.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool Hand, Cool Hand, Cool Hand, where excellence is still cool.
Looking for luxury living with the feel of a resort? Discover Mason & Mill, the newest gem in apartment living. With stunning resort-style amenities, Mason & Mill redefines what it means to call a place home. Ask about our 8 weeks free special. Plus, don't miss out on the $1,000 resident referral program. When you love where you live, it's worth sharing. Managed by Willow Bridge Property Company, locally rooted and nationally respected since 1965. Mason & Mill, we create places you'll want to call home. Log on today at livemasonandmill.com. That's livemasonandmill.com.
Navigating the ever-changing real estate market can be exhausting. At the Hornburg Real Estate Group at One West, our team of experts help make the most of your home selling goals. From the ability to bring buyers multiple cash offers, offer different ways to sell your home, and even offer pay-at-close vendors, we help you get top dollar. We have a robust marketing strategy to ensure you always have options to get your home sold in the way that makes the most sense for you. Each agent at the Hornburg Real Estate Group has been expertly trained and has years of experience behind them. Find out why our clients consistently rate us 5 stars year after year. Call or text us at 817-264-7087. Again, that's 817-264-7087. Or visit us online at homesbyhrg.com.
Hi, I'm Rosalie Gilbert, Cultural Arts Supervisor for the City of Mansfield. You're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield. This portion of the news is brought to you by the Grandview Event Center in Mansfield.
Thousands of Mansfield residents gathered at City Hall for the annual Hometown Holidays celebration Friday night, an event featuring a tree lighting, live music, and an unexpected record-breaking drone show. Sky Elements, a drone show company, used the event to set a new Guinness World Record for the largest drone show in the United States. The show featured 5,000 drones, doubling the company's previous record of 2,500 drones set just a week earlier. This achievement marks Sky Elements' 11th Guinness World Record. The drone display illuminated the night sky with intricate holiday-themed imagery, beginning with a lifelike turkey in a nod to Thanksgiving. The performance transitioned to Christmas scenes, including a gingerbread village complete with candy cane street lamps and gumdrop-decorated rooftops. A large snowman and a finale featuring Santa Claus and his reindeer delighted the crowd, adding a festive touch to the celebration. The stunning aerial performance left attendees in awe, showcasing advanced technology and holiday spirit in a memorable community event.
The Mansfield City Council held a regularly scheduled meeting on Monday evening. The following opinions of those of Michael Evans may not necessarily reflect those of the Mansfield City Council. We call this A Moment with the Mayor. Top of the morning, Michael Evans.
And top of the morning to you, sir.
You convened on Monday evening.
We did 2 meetings in one on Monday evening.
That's right. This is your annual double dose of Christmas cheer.
You better know it. You better know it. And we did it, because we want to accommodate people being out for the holidays, and so we held both of those meetings.
You started with recognitions, and God bless the interns, right?
Yeah, you know what? Really, you are right, because the interns are our future. So, City Council, we recognize the 2024 fall intern class, and I want to say that these young adults received hands-on experience with several of our city departments this semester, and we thank them for their hard work, their innovation, and their insight. Anytime we invite in these young adults and these aspiring leaders, we always learn something. So it was good for us. It really was.
Always getting a fresh view of from the next generation.
Without a doubt. And I say that they are Generation Next, and some of them are coming on. They'll be finished with college in a couple of years, some of them, and hopefully we'll see them as part of our staff.
Then you recognized an MEDC employee.
Yeah, we recognized Natalie Phelps, who does an outstanding job. She is one of our she is a project manager. She's a graduate of the University of Oklahoma Economic Development Institute. And The Deal is the name of it, from acquisition to disposition from the real estate council. So we gave her accolades, and we're so glad that she is on our team.
Let's talk about police accreditations.
You know what? I can't say enough about our police, our rank and file police department, our police chief, our fire department, our EMTs. Listen, the Mansfield Police Department announced that it is once again, sir, met accreditation standards by the Texas Police Chiefs Association. And let me tell you about this. This particular certification, it certifies something that we already know, that Mansfield Police are some of the finest in law enforcement and exceed best practices in their work to keep us safe. And just, again, great job. Kudos to the men and women of our police department, Tracy Aaron and all of those who serve on the executive staff. High five. God bless them. We once again, here in the area, we lost another policeman, and our prayers go out to that family and to all of those who run into trouble when we are running out. So may God cover and bless them.
Absolutely. And then we got serious. We got into some big money.
Yeah, you know what? It was the end. It was the last meeting of the year and the culmination of a new year. So City Council approved the issuance of combination tax and revenue certificates of obligation not to exceed $145 million. Mansfield has grown from the little place that I first met in 1989, brother. Let me tell you, so these funds will be used for street improvements. They will be used for the new Fire Station 1 relocation, the Mansfield Sports Park updates, formerly known as BLD, and more, of course, as outlined as part of our budget process throughout the year. But it's huge. Mansfield is on the grow. And let me tell you some more. We also approved the issuance of general obligation bonds not to exceed $13 million. And these funds will be used for the city's linear park and refunding and refinancing 2016 certificates of obligation and 2016 general obligation refunding bonds. So that's the key, refunding bonds. So our city continues to grow, and we're so happy in regard to sales tax dollars that's growing, things of that nature, with new companies moving to town. This allows us to pay off debt early, and this is going to save our taxpayers well over $1 million. And again, it just kept rolling last night.
And that's good news to save the residents money.
Let me tell you something. When you're talking about new development of a sports stadium complex, we're talking about a town center complex that will involve the new city hall. And then in the same breath, you're able to talk about paying debt off early and also about lowering taxes and raising the homestead exemption to our goal is to hit 20%. We're at 16 now. So, man, listen, that's a lot of hand clapping and hugging that's taking place around our city. So it's great.
Let's talk about MEDC revenue bonds as well.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about MEDC, the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation sales tax revenue bonds. That was approved, of course, by voters in 2023, the sales tax election. And these funds are going to go toward the development of the upcoming Mansfield Stadium, as we talked about. We can't wait to have this athletic facility open in 2026. And stay tuned, sir, for some exciting news. Oh boy, I gotta hold it, but no. Okay, I gotta hold it. I can't tell it. It'll come out. It'll come out this week. How about that?
There you go. Wisteria and Broad, some good news.
Yeah. So we approved a $1.2 million contract with McClendon Construction Company for intersection improvements at East Broad Street and Wisteria. I know people have been waiting on that for years. And this construction is going to add a traffic signal. Also, it's going to improve the flow of traffic in the area. We're talking about additional sidewalks to improve pedestrian traffic and access to the library. So, good stuff.
Yeah, that's really good news. I've got a friend who lives on Wisteria. She's been dreaming about a traffic signal for decades.
It's coming. It's coming.
Let's talk about a flex office park. What is a flex office park?
Yeah, so we approved a zoning change to develop a flex office business park. Well, when you talk about flex office, that's for people who like to rent space to do their business out of. Yeah. So we're excited about that. It's a trendy thing, so people can stay close. We want to do the very best we can to keep people in town during their business hours. We did a survey maybe about 3 years ago where 97% of Mansfield residents who work, they leave the city, then come back. Well, that wears our streets out. Sure. So with this flex office business park, with this concept, hopefully we can keep folk in town and they can continue to enjoy the great amenities we have in Mansfield.
I'm just going to tee it up and let you hit it down the fairway, the consent agenda.
Yeah, let's talk about the consent agenda. So we approved 11 consent agenda items, including more than $7 million in park improvements for work on Catherine Rose Memorial Park. I think that's one of our favorite parks in town, and also Julian Field Park. And I am excited about the new addition of the Veterans Memorial area that's going to take place. And hopefully by Veterans Day of 2025, we'll all be there celebrating in that new space. Also, a $686,000 contract to develop the ADA transition and comprehensive safety action plan. I bring you good news. More than half of those dollars, about $550,000 of those dollars, is funded through the Safe Streets and Roads for All federal grants. So that's not our money. That's money coming in from the feds.
Sure.
And this comprehensive plan, of course, will note all of the areas in Mansfield that may not be in compliance and create a guiding document for addressing these issues. And in regard to American Rescue Plan Act funds, we also approved $250,000 for work that Habitat for Humanity is going to do here in Mansfield. And they've done an outstanding job. They've been in our city now almost 20 years building homes, affordable homes, and the quality of work is just simply outstanding.
Yeah, it is. Hey, can I give a shout out?
Of course.
Congratulations on a tremendous hometown holidays.
You know what? Our staff, high five. No credit can be taken from this side. We are blessed to have outstanding staff, volunteers, Steve. Par excellence. And you know what? that area, that City Hall area was filled to the hilt. And we just appreciate everybody that took part in that, sir.
And that drone show.
Yes.
5,000 drones.
That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy, but that is something. You know, I tell you what, sir, we've had an outstanding year, and thanks goes to you. Thank you for this program, your programming, for getting the word out to our residents and people from abroad, not just our residents. People are listening to About Mansfield all over the country. I also need to just share my level of gratitude to Julie Short, Larry Brosh, Todd Tenora, Mr. Newsom, Tamara Bounds, Juan Fresquez. You know, we are blessed to serve together during an era where Mansfield is on the grow. So thanks to everybody. Thank you for having me on the show this year. And it's a blessing to serve this town.
We'll see you in 2025.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing what it has in store for us.
That is a moment with the mayor. We do this every couple of weeks, except in December, where we do it once because it's the holiday season. Michael Evans, go forth. And like I said, we'll see you in 25.
See you then, sir.
City officials broke ground Monday on a transformation of Mansfield's historic Geyer Field into a new recreational and cultural hub for residents. Located at the northwest corner of East Broad Street and North Walnut Creek Drive, Geyer Field has served the community for decades, hosting baseball, soccer, and physical education classes as part of Mansfield ISD. The site will soon become Geyer Commons, a $5.6 million city-owned space featuring a splash pad, maker market huts for vendors, a fountain, and a gateway arch. The first phase of construction is scheduled for completion in early fall 2025. Future development includes relocating a historic home from South Main Street and reconstructing other notable buildings, such as the city's original co-ed college, co-founder Julian Field's home, Britton Bank, and the Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Reconstruction of Brown Street will also be part of this phase. Phase 2 will involve the demolition of some Mansfield ISD buildings after the district relocates to the current City Hall at 1200 East Broad Street. This redevelopment follows a November 2023 property swap between the city and Mansfield ISD. The city acquired Geyer Field, Mansfield ISD administration buildings, and a nearby shopping center. In exchange, the school district will receive the current City Hall building after the city completes its move to a new facility on Heritage Parkway.
It's one of my favorite Christmas events of the year because it involves acting and music and live animals. And best of all, you don't even have to get out of your car. We're talking about the St. John drive-through Nativity. With us on the phone is one of the volunteers, Dana Luna. Welcome back to About Mansfield.
Oh, thank you for having me, Steve.
Tell us about the St. John drive-through Nativity. First of all, how many years have you been doing this?
This is the 8th annual. A lot of people think this came about during COVID, being a drive-through event, and actually it's been around way longer than that. So we've just touched the hearts of thousands of people. In fact, last year on one night alone, we had 1,100 people come through the Nativity.
Oh my gosh. And what can people expect when they're driving through essentially the parking lot of St. John Lutheran Church?
Yeah, they can expect a really pretty brief wait while they're, queuing up in line. We do have carolers and Christmas music coming from our handbell ringers. That's a wonderful way to just kind of get ready to start. And then they're going to go through a series of scenes. They'll listen to the audio story of the Christmas telling from the Bible on their phones, and they will drive past the different scenes where those narrations are depicted.
Are you still using live animals?
Of course, yes. We have a lot of furry friends that join us every year in different scenes, and so they will definitely be there. We've got to have sheep for the shepherds, and a donkey for Mary, of course.
Let's tell the people when and where and what time, and is it going to cost us anything?
No, it's completely free. It's our gift to the Mansfield and surrounding area community, so we hope everyone will come. It's this Saturday and Sunday, December 14th and 15th. Anytime between 6 and 8. People do often start lining up before 6, and that's completely fine. And it goes pretty quickly, but it's just a great way to celebrate the season and hear the real story of Christmas.
It is the drive-through nativity. It happens at St. John Lutheran Church. That's up there on Debbie Lane.
Just right by the water tower.
Right by the water tower. Just out of curiosity, are you still using the soundtrack that you and I produced 5 years ago? We are using, Christmas is a time for tradition. You don't have to switch things up to really feel the story and enjoy this time with your family. So we have a very traditional audio recording that we did with you several years ago. In fact, my daughter is part of that recording, and she was quite small, and now she's in high school. So. Again, it's the St. John Drive-Through Nativity. It happens this Saturday and Sunday, December 14th and 15th, 6 to 8 p.m. It's completely free at St. John Lutheran Church, right there underneath the water tower on Debbie Lane. Dana Luna, it's one of the city's most successful Christmas events. Congratulations, and may the success of your first 8 years just be the beginning of a long-standing tradition here in Mansfield.
Thank you, Steve. We appreciate your support and hope to see everyone on Saturday and Sunday.
The Mansfield Police Department has unveiled a commemorative badge as part of the celebration of its new headquarters. Officers have been given the option to wear the special badge on their uniforms until January 1st, 2025, at which point they will return to displaying the department's standard badge. Civilian employees and community volunteers, including members of the Citizens on Patrol, Volunteers in Police Service, and the Mansfield Citizens Police Academy Alumni Association, received non-wearable versions of the badge. According to the department, the badge represents a blend of the organization's history and aspirations for the future. A photo detailing the badge's design and significance has been shared publicly on social media, inviting community feedback. Mike Koenig, a dedicated volunteer at Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, has been named the 2024 DCEO Excellence in Healthcare Outstanding Volunteer. Over his tenure, Koenig has contributed more than 3,300 hours of service and raised over $150,000 for hospital initiatives, including the Breast Center and Tower B construction. As president of the hospital's auxiliary, Koenig spearheaded innovative fundraising efforts, such as a $21,000 program addressing department needs, enhancing patient care, and hospital operations. Beyond the hospital, Koenig supports local children in need by leading food assistance programs and introducing underserved youth to aviation through community organizations like the Golden Triangle Radio Control Airplane Club and ACE Academy. Koenig's recognition highlights the vital role of volunteers in healthcare and community support.
You know the old adage, you can't win them all, and we'll talk about it because sports is next.
Are you ready to create unforgettable memories? Picture this, an enchanting event venue nestled amidst breathtaking landscapes with panoramic views right here in Mansfield. The Grandview Event Center is the perfect setting to bring your vision to life. From intimate gatherings to large-scale extravaganzas, the Grandview has flexible spaces to accommodate any occasion, be it a wedding reception, corporate Christmas party, or community gathering. Book your next unforgettable experience at thegrandviewmansfield.com. That's thegrandviewmansfield.com. The Grandview Event Center, where memories are made and dreams become reality. Book your event today.
Hey, it's Steve Casillo, and are you ready to make your voice heard? Want to bring out your ideas to life through captivating conversations and engaging visuals? Look no further than Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio, your one-stop destination for award-winning audio and video podcast recording. Equipped with cutting-edge microphones, crystal clear audio recording, and high-definition cameras, we're here to turn your ideas into engrossing content. But it's not just about the equipment. We're dedicated to bringing out the best in your content. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we're here to elevate your podcasting game. We'll even help you with intro music, transitions, voiceover, and that professional polish that sets your podcast apart. So whether you're into interviews, storytelling, or simply sharing your expertise, Podcast Mansfield can help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Visit podcastmansfield.com. Podcast Mansfield, where creating your podcast masterpiece has never been easier.
At Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, we've been caring for our home team for over 15 years. Today, you'll find award-winning physicians on the medical staff, advanced neurosurgery, a level 3 trauma center, critical care for newborns, and comprehensive orthopedic care. Methodist Mansfield, delivering the care our friends, neighbors, and home team depend on. That's community, and why so many people trust Methodist.
In sports, last week at this time, we were touting how the Lake Ridge High School Eagles basketball team was undefeated a third of the way through the season. After starting their season at 11-0, the Eagles were nipped Friday night by Lancaster 48-47. Later that night, the Eagles showed no mercy against Amarillo with a 52-27 rout and closed out the weekend with another one-point game, beating Summit 50-49. The hoop season is just getting warmed up. All games played so far are non-district outings. The first district game for the Eagles takes place on the afternoon of New Year's Eve against your Mansfield Tigers. Over on the girls' side of the court, Summit is off to a hot start in the district, posting a 10-3 record in non-district play. When they win big. For example, their recent rout over Martin, 73-32, but is losing 3 of their last 4 games the way to go into playing district league games. That part of the season for Summit and the rest of the MISD girls basketball teams starts this week. If you have a comment about the show, the news, whatever's on your mind locally, the good, the bad, the ugly, you can reach us by voicemail at 817-435-2938. Think of it as your audio letter to the editor. 817-435-2938. This coming Saturday, December 14th, is National Monkey Day. No, not hey, we're the monkeys. We're talking the primate kind. This playful holiday celebrates all things simian, monkeys, apes, lemurs, and more. Started back in 2000 as a joke by artists Casey Sorrow and Eric Milliken, it's now a global phenomenon, raising awareness for primate conservation. From howler monkeys with calls that can be heard from miles away to space-traveling anthropoids, our primate cousins truly fascinate us. So why not monkey around this Saturday? Visit a zoo, donate to conservation efforts, or enjoy a monkey-themed movie. Don't let this day slip by. Celebrate with some serious monkey business.
Coming up after the break, we turn the page to the features section.
Staying healthy and within budget this Christmas season is important. I'm Angel Biasatti, and we'll talk about it in Methodist Mansfield News to Know.
Can I buy a home with $0 down? I'm Angela Hornburg, and we'll talk about it in the Mansfield Real Estate Update.
In this week's Cocktail of the Week, we're shaking up a drink that's cooler than Frosty's Carrot Nose and more refreshing than a midnight sleigh ride.
We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
This portion of the news was brought to you by the Grandview Event Center in Mansfield.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool hand, cool hand, cool hand, where excellence is still cool.
Looking for luxury living with the feel of a resort? Discover Mason & Mill, the newest gem in apartment living. With stunning resort-style amenities, Mason & Mill redefines what it means to call a place home. Ask about our 8 weeks free special. Plus, don't miss out on the $1,000 resident referral program. When you love where you live, it's worth sharing. Managed by Willow Bridge Property Company, locally rooted and nationally respected since 1965. Mason & Mill, we create places you'll want to call home. Log on today at livemasonandmill.com. That's livemasonandmill.com.
Congratulations to Stephanie Wynn, who knew that Dr. James W. Allman was Mansfield's first veterinarian and practiced from 1908 until his death in 1960. In the beginning, Dr. Allman treated mainly horses and cows, but expanded his practice to cats and dogs when residents began to be able to afford to have their fur babies treated. When we come back, this week's trivia question. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
Hi, this is Joe Jenkins with Joe Jenkins Farmers Insurance, specializing in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. I was born and raised here in Mansfield, Texas. We're active in the community, and Mansfield's a town we really care about. Our office has over 30 years' experience in the insurance industry, and we're passionate about what we do and about customer service. For a free quote, please visit our website at joejenkinsinsurance.com or give us a call at 817-472-6058. Once again, that website is joejenkinsinsurance.com.
It is time right now for the highly coveted, wildly popular About Mansfield Trivia Question. If you are the first person to email the correct answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com, you will receive a $25 gift card to a Mansfield area restaurant of your choice. It's brought to you by Joe Jenkins Insurance. Whether you're looking for homeowners, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, Joe has helped Mansfield area residents understand the insurance coverage that best fit their needs since 2010. You can find him on the internet at joejenkinsinsurance.com. Colleen, it's your turn.
Well, Steve, the Mansfield Star Center opened its doors back in August of 2018, bringing hockey and other ice-related activities to Mansfield with its 2 rinks. The rinks are named after 2 retired Dallas Stars hockey players. This week's trivia question is, name one of the 2 former Dallas Stars players that the rinks at the Mansfield Star Center are named after. Email your answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com. Again, name one of the 2 former Dallas Stars players that the rinks at the Mansfield Star Center are named after. Good luck, and thanks to Joe Jenkins Insurance for the gift card.
I'm Dr. Sean Garf, sports medicine specialist at Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield, your audio newspaper. Let's open up the features section. Angel Biasatti is here to talk about staying healthy and within budget this holiday season in Methodist Mansfield News to Know. Angel?
Today, I'm excited to share tips for living your best life this holiday season. The lights are twinkling, the carols are playing, and everywhere you look, there's a festive feeling in the air. But with all the excitement comes a few challenges, especially when it comes to managing your budget and maintaining your health. It's all about balance, and I'm here to help you enjoy the holiday magic without the stress of overspending or overindulging. So grab your favorite holiday drink of choice, sit back, and let's dive in. Let's start with budgeting for Christmas. The holidays can be a time of over-the-top spending, gifts, decorations, food, travel, and everything in between. But it doesn't have to break the bank. With a little planning, you can enjoy a joyful, memorable holiday without financial stress. Create a holiday budget and stick to it. First things first, set a clear budget for gifts, food, decorations, and any other expenses you anticipate. Get creative with gifts. Gift giving during the holidays isn't about the price tag. It's about the thought behind the gift. So get creative. Handmade gifts or personalized items show you put in the effort, and they don't have to be expensive. Shop smart, use discounts, and plan ahead. Take advantage of sales, discounts, and coupons. Many stores offer deals, and some even extend those offers throughout the holiday season. Reconsider holiday travel plans. Travel during the holidays can get expensive with flights, hotels, and food. If you can, consider adjusting your travel plans to save. Now let's talk about staying healthy during the holiday season. While there's so much delicious food and festive fun to enjoy, it's easy to let our healthy habits slip. But don't worry, staying healthy doesn't mean you have to miss out on all the holiday treats. Here's some tips for staying on track. Focused on balanced meals during the holidays, it's tempting to indulge in sugary treats and rich holiday foods, but try to balance your meals with plenty of fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Stay active, fun winter workouts. The holidays are a busy time, but it's important to keep moving. Regular physical activity can help you manage stress, stay energized, and balance out the holiday indulgences. The holiday table is filled with all kinds of tempting treats, from cookies to eggnog. The trick is to stay healthy is moderation. You don't have to skip the gingerbread cookies or pie. Just enjoy them in smaller portions. Take time to relax and de-stress. The holidays can also bring added stress, from family gatherings to shopping and everything in between. Stress can impact both your mental and physical health. Make sure to carve out time for yourself. Hydrate. It's easy to get caught up in the holiday drinks like hot cocoa or holiday cocktails. But don't forget the importance of staying hydrated with water. Drinking enough water will help your body function properly, boost your energy levels, and help you feel better overall. So let's recap. To stay within budget this Christmas, make a holiday budget, get creative with gifts, shop smart, and reconsider your travel plans. And to stay healthy, focus on balanced meals, stay active with fun winter workouts, practice moderation, relax, and stay hydrated. Happy holidays. This is Angel Biasatti reporting for the About Mansfield podcast.
Angela Hornburg addresses how you can buy a home with $0 down in the Mansfield Real Estate Market Update. Angela?
You can buy a home with $0 down. There is a catch to the $0 down, though, as there are specific ways this can be achieved. The first way to purchase a home with $0 down is to have served our country and have VA benefits. Utilizing your VA benefit, you will get the best interest rate available as well as the opportunity to purchase a home with $0 down. The second way to purchase a home with $0 down is to look at purchasing a home in a rural area as defined by the United States Department of Agriculture. They have a great, easy-to-use website that shows you the qualifying areas, which are not far out in our market. By looking in a USDA qualified area, they will provide a special loan called a USDA loan to encourage folks to move to less densely populated areas, and this loan requires $0 down payment. It's a great product that is not widely discussed. The third way to purchase a home with $0 down is to qualify for a home buying grant. Right now, there are 7 popular home buying grants that give buyers between 3 and 5% of the purchase price in grant money. So those funds can be used for the down payment, which means you as the buyer are putting $0 down. There are a lot of great options to choose from on the market right now, so it's a great time to take advantage of buying a home with improved interest rates hovering in the 5% range, as well as utilizing some of these programs. Remember, reach out to your favorite realtor who can help guide you on options and lenders to get you on the path to homeownership. Reporting for the About Mansfield podcast, this is Angela Hornburg, broker with One West Real Estate.
Shaken or stirred, you know it's going to be good as Brian Certain serves up a drink that's more refreshing than a midnight sleigh ride in the cocktail of the week. Brian?
This week's cocktail of the week is the Snowflake Margarita. It's as if the classic margarita decided to trade in its beach umbrella for a pair of ski poles and hit the slopes. This isn't just a cocktail, it's what happens when the North Pole and Cabo San Lucas have a delicious collision. The Snowflake Margarita is the rebellious cousin of your standard summer sipper. It's proof that tequila isn't just for sunny days and sombrero selfies. This frosty twist on a Mexican classic is here to show you that margaritas can rock a winter coat as well as a bikini. Now let's break down what you'll need to create this blizzard in a glass. But don't worry about taking notes. I'll be always giving out the ingredients and instructions and posting them to bourbongospel.com. Ingredients: 2 ounces of a silver tequila, 1 ounce of coconut rum, 1 ounce of fresh lime juice, a half ounce of blue curacao, a half ounce of simple syrup, a cup of ice, some coconut flakes and sugar for rimming the glass, and for garnish, a lime wheel and a sprinkle of edible silver glitter. Now let's walk through the process of creating this Arctic fiesta. First, prepare your glass, mix equal parts coconut flakes and sugar on a small plate. Run a lime wedge around the rim of your glass and dip in the coconut sugar mixture. In a blender, we're going to combine the tequila, the coconut rum, the lime juice, the blue curacao, the simple syrup, and the ice. You want to blend it until it's smooth and frosty. You want it icier than your aunt's response to your holiday sweater choice. Then pour into your prepared glass. It should be beautiful, icy blue, like the sky on a perfect winter day. Then garnish with a lime wheel and a sprinkle of edible silver glitter. It should look like a fresh snowfall in cocktail form. Now, why is this the perfect addition to our Christmas cocktail collection? Well, pull up a chair by the fireplace and let me explain. First, it's a playful twist on expectations. Just when everyone thinks they know what Christmas drinks should be, we're throwing a curveball cooler than Jack Frost's breath. The silver tequila and the coconut rum provide a base that's as bright and crisp as freshly fallen snow. The lime juice adds a zesty punch that'll wake your taste buds up faster than a polar bear plunge. The blue carousel not only gives us that beautiful blue wintry color, but also adds a subtle orange flavor that plays well with the coconut and lime. But most importantly, it's a conversation starter. Serve this at your holiday gatherings, and suddenly everyone's talking about your mixology skills instead of Aunt Mildred's fruitcake. It's a little like a tropical vacation in the middle of your winter wonderland. The snowflake margarita is more than a drink. It's a celebration of contrast. It's the cocktail equivalent of wearing your favorite Hawaiian shirt under your Christmas sweater. It brings and reminds us that joy and refreshment can be found in unexpected places, even in the depth of winter. So there you have it, folks, the snowflake margarita. It's frostier than Elsa's Palace, more surprising than finding out that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and guaranteeing to melt away your holiday blues. Whether you're using it to kick off your fiesta season, cool down after an intense gift-wrapping session, or as a delicious act of rebellion against traditional holiday fare, this margarita has your back. Whip this up for your next holiday gathering and watch as your guests forget about all the mulled wine. It's a perfect way to add a little south-of-the-border spirit to your North Pole celebrations. Next week, I'll be shaking up another Christmas favorite, so make sure to tune in. And until then, remember, in cocktails, as in snowflakes, no two should be exactly alike. So don't be afraid to put your own spin on this frosty favorite. As always, I'm open to hear your take and your input. You can reach me at brian@bourbongospel.com. And until next week, as Mark Twain said, too much of anything is bad, but too much whiskey is barely enough. Reporting for the About Mansfield podcast, I'm Brian Certain.
We're back in 60 seconds with Steve's in-studio interview with Real Mansfield Foodie, Ron McCranie.
Imagine a city where innovation knows no bounds, where dreams take flight, and the future unfolds before your very eyes. Welcome to Mansfield, a beacon of growth and a testament to vision. In the heart of Mansfield, a remarkable transformation is underway. But it's not just about the physical landscape. It's about the spirit that drives us forward. A spirit of collaboration that bridges cultures, a spirit of entrepreneurship that fuels prosperity, and a spirit of community that binds us as one. Mansfield is more than just a place. It's a canvas where diversity paints the picture of progress. From art festivals that ignite creativity to tech hubs that redefine boundaries, this city celebrates every voice, every passion. Mansfield, where growth knows no limits and the vision is limitless. Brought to you by the unstoppable spirit of the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation.
Welcome back to About Mansfield. I'm Steve Casillo as we make the transition from news to talk. Today we continue our conversation on new restaurants here in Mansfield with Real Mansfield Foodie, Ron McCranie. We talked about Vitality Bowls, Mountain Mike's Pizza, and Maple Street Biscuit Company on last week's episode. This week, 3 more restaurants are on tap, plus a bonus 4th one. Enjoy. Moving on to number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I'm going to get your pronunciation on the word. Stop and go.
Gyro.
Gyro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not a gyro?
No. No, that gyro is a gyroscope.
There you go.
That's more science than food. But
stop and go gyro, and if you want to say it in the Greek way, gyro.
Yes.
But on your list, number 4, stop and go gyro. What did you think of that?
I thought it was great. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really know much about it. Hadn't heard of it before. Apparently, there's multiple locations in the Metroplex, and some people are like, "Oh my gosh, it's really good! It's really good!" And I was like, "Yeah, a lot of people are saying this is good. Let me go check it out." And I love a good gyro, and I really liked the fact that a lot of their dishes come with like a salad, and there's going to be like some lettuce and cucumbers, and you could get olives and stuff. Well, they make it fresh on the spot in front of you. And so if you're like, can I get no olives, maybe a couple little extra cucumbers? Yeah, you can do that. Easy dressing, heavy dressing, whatever. So that's really nice. Everything is cooked fresh. So the meat that's on the, and I know there's a proper term for it, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Let's call it a spit.
Yeah. The meat on the spit, and it's doing that rotisserie thing, and they're shaving it off fresh as they're preparing your dish. It's not like they have just a can of meat sitting in a warmer,
right?
That they cooked 2 hours ago. It's fresh, and all the ingredients were bright and flavorful. The hummus was really good. That's one of the things that I'm a little picky about when I go someplace that serves kind of like that Mediterranean style food where there's a hummus. And I was like, I'm a little picky about my hummus.
Yeah.
And it was really good. The only complaint I would have with the hummus is I wish there was a little bit more. That's it. Just because I love it. Yeah, because it was so good.
Do they have other cuisine within the restaurant? Now, the reason I ask that is because there's another gyro place in town that also serves hot dogs, hamburgers, Italian sandwiches. They've got a fairly good reputation. So does Stop and Go gyros also get into a wider cuisine like that, or are they strictly Mediterranean?
I didn't see anything like hamburgers and hot dogs on the menu. They do have fries, which gyros and fries has become kind of a staple. But they had like a loaded fries to where you could get like the meat and cheeses and all this stuff on the fries and have this loaded fry. So that's one of the things that I think kind of separates them from maybe somewhere else in town is they're going to be sticking more towards those traditional dishes.
The location of Stop and Go gyros?
Okay, so yeah, Stop and Go gyros is on the far east side of Mansfield. So on the other side of 360, that's the way I say it. And it's on the left if you're going east on Broad Street. So Broad east of 360 where Dickie's Barbecue used to be.
Okay, I know right where that is. Just on the other side of 360.
Yeah, just on the other side of 360 on your left if you're heading out towards the Grand Prairie area.
Number 5, I've seen mixed reviews on this. I had brunch there not too many weeks ago. Brand new restaurant, Illusion. And we had the owner of Illusion here on the podcast a couple of months ago to describe what the restaurant was all about. Kind of a Mexico City meets Los Angeles meets Mansfield. There's a lot of red in the restaurant, velvety red, if I recall. Your thoughts on Illusion?
So I would say they put a lot of thought and effort into recreating that Mexico City nightlife vibe. They did a great job of that. The vibe, as some people call it, is just it's definitely on point. So they hit the mark on that for sure. We had some cocktails and just a couple of appetizers, and the cocktails were spot on, some really unique options. I always like something that's a little bit different, and they definitely had some options that were different, and they were good. Everything came out in a timely manner. Everything was really good. The service was great. Our server, he checked in on us regularly, got stuff out promptly. I would say it's definitely someplace you want to go if you're wanting to just kind of have like a little hangout in this moody atmosphere, have some cocktails, hang out with friends. It's a pretty cool little spot.
Did you go out in the back patio?
We went out there after we finished eating, and we're like, man, maybe we should have sat out here. This is really cool too. And so we thought to ourselves that if we went back, we'd probably do the patio. This time of year, you want to go, when the sun's still out or shortly after it goes down. It's starting to get a little chilly. So,
well, I think they've got the roll down windows and heaters out there, if I recall. The time that we had brunch there, it was either late summer, early fall, and no one was on the patio. Actually, this was during the soft opening And so we were only one of 2 tables during that brunch, but it was still a warm time of year, so no one would want to be out in the on the patio. But it's very well decorated, and the furniture says Mexico City when you walk back there. And the one thing I've seen on social media is, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. For Mexican food, oh no way, I'm not going to go there for blah, blah blah. But you know what? Mihan's is expensive, right?
Yep.
So I can get a cheap steak or I can get an expensive steak. I can get it, and a lot of it has to do with atmosphere, service, the level of cocktails that you're going to be served. It's not just a well drink of an old fashioned. It's something that's crafted with maybe a square or a round ice cube versus on the rocks. And when you factor in all of that, okay, Ilusión may be expensive, but you're getting what you pay for.
I would agree for the most part with that.
Okay.
And, I want to try to stay positive as much as possible. But the one thing, and this is meant to be feedback, and a lot of people in the group have shared the same sentiment, is that the recipes of the food don't seem to match the price tag. And that's the biggest thing that people are getting hung up on. And I would say I've been to a bunch of like elevated Tex-Mex or Southwestern restaurants. And so when I'm going into a place and I see, a $17 guacamole appetizer.
Yeah.
I have had $17 guacamole appetizers, tableside guac. And so that's kind of what I'm comparing it to in my head, and it just didn't quite hit the mark for me on some of that. I didn't try everything on the menu, so I can't speak to everything on the menu, but the couple of things that we tried, I would say I was kind of expecting a little bit more. So, but nothing was bad.
But it's also part of growing pains is that they figure out, oh, okay, maybe we do need to tweak this. Maybe we do need to do tableside guac as opposed to going to the refrigerator and scooping some into a bowl.
Yeah.
That, again, growing pains.
Yeah. And you got to find out your niche, and you got to find out, like I mentioned earlier, there's so many different elements that go into what you as a consumer find value when you go out for a dining experience. And if atmosphere and the cocktails and all of that really hits home for you, it's awesome. It's great. They have all that stuff down. So if you're looking for more of like the, super high-end Tex-Mex food that you might find at other places in the Metroplex, it might not quite be there.
Tell the people where Ilusión is.
It is in downtown Mansfield. It's a little hidden. It's a little hard to find if you don't know it's there. It would be south of Broad Street.
Yeah.
And then on the west side of Main. So it's just like half a block off Main Street.
105 West Dallas Street.
105 West Dallas Street.
Yeah. Probably 100 yards off of Main Street. Maybe 100 yards.
Oh, yeah. You can see it from Main Street.
Right.
Yeah.
That is Ilusión. The last one, number 6, I've not been to, but I do love Thai food, and it's Sunny Thai. In fact, I don't even know where Sunny Thai is. Tell me about Sunny Thai.
Sunny Thai is it's a Thai place. I mean, that's the easiest way to say it. Like, they have all the things that you would expect from a Thai place, spring rolls, different curries, pad Thai, all the staple Thai stuff. Everything was great, awesome portions. I mean, you're not going to leave there hungry. It is, I don't remember the exact address, but you can look that up for me while I'm rambling a little bit.
2651 East Broad Street.
2651 East Broad Street. Okay, so that's over behind Rosa's.
It's actually right across the street from Methodist Mansfield and right next door to Rosa's Cafe.
Yeah. So it's in that strip center behind Rosa's. It was great. I mean, the price point was right where it needed to be. The quality of food was great. The speed of service, like everything was spot on. Definitely, if you want some pretty good Thai food, that's a place to go.
Thai food. Now, I'm trying to think the difference
between, obviously I know Chinese food, Thai food, Vietnamese would be pho.
Mm-hmm.
The differences between Thai and Vietnamese and Chinese, are you able to drill down on that?
Oh my goodness. You put me on the spot here.
Yeah, well, that's what I do here. That's why I'm the host.
Vietnamese and Thai, there's gonna be some similarities to it. They both like some spice. I mean, most Asian food likes spice.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Thai food is probably more known for spicy dishes.
Is that where you go in and you say, I'd like it level 1 versus level 5? I think Blue Mint does that.
Yeah. And depending on where you go, that 5 can be two completely different things. So there's some places you'll go in and you'll say, yeah, I want a spice level 5. And they're like, are you sure?
Right. No, too spicy for you.
No, too spicy. And I've had some pretty spicy level 5s in Thai food, and it can get up there. But it's the style of dishes. That's something that now that you brought that up, my brain's going to have to know the difference. I'm going to have to go research that and have a better answer the next time I get asked that question.
There's also Laotian food here in Mansfield, sweet rice layout over by Market Street.
Yeah, they've been here for a few years.
Oh, yeah. But they also, what's your spice level, 1 through 5?
Oh, yeah. I usually get a 3. Just on average, 4 if I feel like I need a little extra if it's cold outside.
Yeah, I usually and there's another cuisine of can you describe Laotian food? I don't know.
Oh,
no. It's Asian food to me, and I use chopsticks and I ordered a 3.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you go to certain Asian restaurants and kind of the Tex-Mex / Mexican food does this as well. There's like a hybrid of food styles, a fusion, if you will. So a lot of times when you go to like a Thai food place, you're going to get some other options that aren't strictly Thai food.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet rice is a great one. Not new, but they're solid. They've been around for a long time. Good curries. When it's drizzling and cold outside, it's a great spot to go warm up with some curry. But Sunny Thai, great option. They have a really strong takeout game. I would suspect that the majority of their business is takeout. And everybody that I've heard that's gotten takeout from there shows up fresh, hot, great.
I don't know what it is about Asian, but Lee's Kitchen, very big takeout. Walk and Roll, very big takeout. The former P.F. Chang's was nothing but takeout. Why is that with Asian food? I don't know.
I think it's just it keeps pretty well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff that is hot, that's prepared hot, is kind of all together. And if it sits in a styrofoam container for 20 minutes, it's still going to be hot and fresh and taste the exact same as if you would have eaten it right there. So I think that's maybe one of the reasons. Certain things you get takeout are not great to wait 20 minutes to eat. If you go get a broiled lobster tail and then you take it home, maybe not the best thing for takeout. So
no, you had mentioned, and we've got a few minutes to talk about this because you had mentioned on Real Mansfield Foodies, you took a poll, a survey, and these were the top 6, but one was a tie.
Yep.
And Sunny Thai, no pun intended, Sunny Thai tied with. And let's get into it, since we do have the couple extra minutes left. Big Fella's Ice House, and you've eaten there.
Yep.
Your thoughts on Big Fella's?
Big Fella's think of it, it's a sports bar.
Yeah.
Like that's what it is. And they serve beer and wings and fried catfish and burgers and all sorts of stuff. Think of it like a No Frills, but not as dark, and it's a little brighter. It's a little more lively and energetic. TVs with stuff going on. They have a really great patio. The patio is huge. I enjoyed everything that I had there.
Okay.
I had a handful of different things. Their waffle fries, I don't know how they do it, but they're great. Like they're super crispy, soft on the inside, just the right amount of seasoning on them. So the waffle fries are something that a lot of people have raved about. The beer was cold. Let's see, what else did I have? I had wings. Again, I'm not a big wing guy, but if somebody says, hey, our wings are great, and they were good. Some people don't like the breading. Some people do like the breading. So, and this is one of those restaurants where, they're doing it their way. And they're not straying way off the path.
Wings bone in or boneless?
I did the bone in.
Okay.
I think they have boneless.
I don't know. To me, wings have bones.
Yeah.
But
otherwise, it's just chicken tenders dipped in some sauce, right?
I don't go.
Which is fine, because that's what I like that too. Because one of the things that I think about with the wings, and this is kind of why I'm not a huge wing guy. There's a lot of effort, the messiness, getting to the wing, and all the bone left over.
Oh, it's like eating crawfish.
Yeah. You're burning calories just eating it.
There's too much work for the return.
Yep. Which is one of the reasons why I'm not a huge wing guy, but a lot of people are really into the flavors at wing places as far as the sauce.
Yep.
And so personally, I'm a fan of boneless because it's a lot less messy, a lot less effort. You get the sauce, which in my opinion is kind of like the thing you're trying to get. I thought everything there was great. It was spot on. Prices aren't unreasonable.
And they had live music on the weekends.
That's what I've heard. I haven't been there on a weekend.
Okay.
I went randomly on like a Monday. It wasn't super crowded. I did go a little early. I like to eat early. I usually like to eat around 6 or so. But it did start picking up as we were leaving, or around 7 o'clock. But everything was really good. I was really pleased with it.
And Big Fellas is located?
It is located on Cannon, over kind of where that broad Cannon intersection is, where not the old Ray's Pharmacy, but the second Ray's Pharmacy.
The old new Ray Pharmacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's located behind there. I don't remember the exact address, but it's next to Willie Brown Elementary School.
1826 Cannon Drive.
There you go. 1826 Cannon Drive. One thing I would mention is make sure to park in their parking lot and not an adjacent parking lot.
I've read that. Do not park in the old new Ray Pharmacy parking lot.
Yeah, that's a separate business, separate parking lot. And that's, one of those things that businesses have to deal with is, if your business is taking up a lot of the parking spots in your parking lot, people naturally want to overflow. But, you got to be mindful of where you park and make sure it's somewhere that the property owner's cool with it.
Vitality Bowls, Mountain Mike's, Maple Street Biscuit Company, Stop and Go Euro, Illusion, Sunny Tie, Big Fellas, Ice House, all brand new restaurants right here in Mansfield, and more are coming. Ron McCranie, we should have you back like every 6 months and talk about new restaurants.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we're going to have plenty. There are some that didn't quite make the cut this time, but are new, and I'm going to go give them a shot and try them out. Bell's Craft Kitchen, really, really close. Missed it by a couple of votes. I need to go check that one out. That's one of the newer ones, and so I'm excited about that. But we got a bunch coming. We got some chain stuff coming, maybe even some local stuff. I'm a big fan of local.
Yeah.
Family-owned, non-national chain stuff, but we're getting a mix of both.
Ron McCranie, the admin and creator of Real Mansfield Foodies on Facebook. And just look it up, Real Mansfield Foodies. And when you look it up, join the group and get ready to express your own opinion. Ron, any parting thoughts?
The only parting thought that I would have is if you're going to talk about a restaurant online for everybody to see, keep in mind that can really affect a business. And, try not to just go on and bash places. A, most people kind of ignore it. And B, it could really hurt a business. So, bring stuff up to the manager, the owner, if you can, try to, weigh the pros and the cons and, give a little grace here and there. But we definitely want to hear everybody's opinion. We don't censor a bunch. We don't filter out stuff. Like if you had a negative experience, that's definitely a place you can bring it up. Mm-hmm. But be prepared because people may have a differing opinion than you. And
that's true.
Yep.
That's true. Just as I mentioned a little while ago, these restaurants and the opinions are our opinions, and yours may vary.
Exactly.
Appreciate you being on About Mansfield.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Coming up next week on About Mansfield, we will talk in studio with yet another fine Mansfield resident. You'll just have to tune in to find out who it is. In the meantime, this is the place where you'll hear the latest Mansfield news, talk, and information. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, engage, connect, amplify, elevate, celebrate, if you haven't already, so you never miss an episode. It's free and it's easy.
Head on over to our website, aboutmansfield.com. Enter your email address right there on the homepage. We will never send you any spam. We promise.
About Mansfield is recorded at Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio. Hosts Steve Casillo and Colleen Daniel. Moment with the Mayor feature, Michael Evans. Methodist Mansfield News to Know, Angel Biasatti. Mansfield Real Estate Market Update, Angela Hornburg. Cultural Arts Calendar, Tim Roberts. Cocktail of the Week, Brian Certain. Post-production editing, mixing, and mastering, Steve Casillo and Andrew Miner.
This podcast is copyrighted by Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this podcast without written consent is prohibited. We thank y'all for listening on behalf of the entire news team. I'm Steve Casillo, and this is About Mansfield.